Here we are back on the homepage of DonCorp's email program. Today we're going to be dealing with an overview of the Contacts tab, which is right here. As you can see, there's quite a few things in the list, and what we're going to be doing with this overview is just briefly touching on each one of them. There will be a separate video made on each individual item in that list, explaining in great detail how to use it. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to look at that list and we're going to say, okay, view all contacts. When you click this tab, you will be able to view all your contacts. And because we're going to do a video on it, I'm not going to click the tab and go into great detail. However, this is kind of a look at a master list that exists that you don't see inside the program. So in other words, regardless of where in your series of contact list a name appears, it also appears in the master list. And so when you go to view all contacts, it shows that master list. Now the search function is very, very useful. If you're going to search through every contact you have, the only way that you can search your file, which is actually your master file, is by utilizing the email address. Consider this an email program, and because it's an email program, the email is the heart and soul of any contact, because every contact you have, regardless of what other extended information you may have as part of your contact list, the piece that you must have is the email address. And so consequently, if you're searching through every contact to find something, the only mechanism they give you to search by is the email address. However, if you search individual contact list, you can search by a whole variety of information, and we're going to see that. Adding a single contact to your file is a very helpful way in order to update your files. The add a contact is a way that you can add a single contact to a single contact list. And we're going to go into detail about there. It has some advantages. However, if you have a large list of names that you want to import, the single contact can be very laborious. And so we have the import contact from a file tab. And this particular function allows you to upload from your computer a comma-separated variable list of your contacts. Now, we're going to show you when we do that how you can create a comma-separated variable list. But unless you're in that format, it's very difficult to upload to this particular file or to this particular program. Now, removing a contact from your list, you might say, why do I want that in there? The reason why is you may need to remove a group of contacts or a single contact for whatever reason. And if you need to do that, here is the way that you can do that. I caution people when they go here, be very careful and make sure that the contact you are removing is the one you want to remove. But we're going to go into detail on that in its own video. And the last item that we're going to be dealing with here is the suppression of a contact. When a contact is suppressed, and it can be suppressed by you when you put it in, which means that it didn't meet the criteria that you set up when it went in, it will go into this list. And the reason why a suppressed email is in there is so that if you were to dredge that name up again or that contact up again and try to send it an email, every time this program sends an email, it compares the email address that you're sending to its own suppression list. And if it's been suppressed, it won't send it to that email address. You can also suppress an entire domain. And a domain is something like Ymail or Yahoo or Gmail. And a lot of the reasons why people suppress an entire domain is because of the fact that the domain has gone out of business and they just want to remove that whole group of emails addresses from their files. Generally, when a domain is sold, all the email addresses in that domain change from whatever the domain name was to a new domain. Now, a suppressed name can also occur automatically when you change your email address, for example, and you would move, say, from Cincinnati Bell to Cincinnati Time Warner. Your email address changed, leaving in its wake that old address that you have in every place that you had registered that address as being yours. Now when an email is sent to that old address, there is no recipient. That domain communicates with this program and says that email address no longer is assigned to anybody, and it suppresses that name by what they call a hard bounce. And a hard bounce will come back to this particular program, suppress the name, and put it in the suppressed list. So that concludes the overview of the contact drop-down box. We're going to get into specifics, so if you need more information on each one of these, look for the video with the title. They will be titled exactly this way. So good luck with the use of this program. Make it a great day.